So nearby Brad and Nisha, I am wearing my business blazer because it's time to revive an old, familiar format here on Fact Fiend. That being how not to do business. And today my ire is directed towards Royal Mail. Boo! Boo! And a quick reminder for anyone unfamiliar with the how not to do business format, it's just this long, I guess it's kind of long running, we've been doing it for like 4 years, but just where we take a moment to talk about sponsors and stuff, because here on Fact Fiend we don't normally take sponsors all that much, and we definitely don't take sponsors anymore after the incident. It's a lot more work than people would expect for a 30-second ad spot, which is why, if anyone's ever wondered, why do all sponsorships on YouTube look exactly the same? It's because I'm going to just go out on a limb and suggest almost every other YouTuber, or at least YouTubers big enough to get sponsorships from those big companies we talked about in the past, will have someone who takes care of it for them, sends them the ad copy, they read it out word for word because they don't want to add anything to it, they send that back to the person who arranged it for them, they get it approved and they plop it into the video. Because doing anything else is a nightmare, as we've discussed in the past. Like, just trying to get stuff like add your own personality or inject a bit of flavour into an ad read is something that requires dozens of people's eyeballs to be placed upon it. And when you are independent doing that, it can take upwards of 2-3 months. In this case, 6 months to get a sponsorship arranged.
Yeah, every sponsor is different. Some will allow you more freedom than others, but there are cases where a sponsor will say, you can or can't do this because of these reasons. Mm-hmm. If you go back and watch more of the How Not to Do Businesses, you'll be able to see some of the ad copies that are sent.
My favourite one was Audible, where they told us you're not allowed to say the word book. Or when we did one for Raid Shadow Legends, which my favourite is Raid Shadow Legends, because I love when all those people got mad about established titles being a scam. A month later, we're doing Raid Shadow Legends ad copies. And fun fact about Raid Shadow Legends that we talked about in our videos, we got our hands on the ad copy package they send to YouTubers, is that they give YouTubers accounts where the odds of getting rare items and drops is increased for use in their video, which, that to me sounds like a lie.
That's what we mean.
That sounds like lying. Yeah, and that's just a thing that every YouTuber online, except for us, has taken money from. So a lot of it feels skeezy. Go watch any episode of How Not to Do Business where we talk about some of the stuff they ask you to do is really uncomfortable, and borders on, if not outright, it's just they tell you to lie to your audience. And then the smaller sponsors we've worked with, while we've done quite a few of those, they're still as much of a ball ache to deal with, because then it's just two people talking, and when two people who don't know each other try and arrange a business deal, it's always going to be just something's going to go wrong there. The last one we did on the channel was the film, I'll Be Glad When You're Dead. That took 6 months to arrange. And we ended up making $400. And that's it's not an insignificant amount of money, but it's 6 months work on and off for $400. It's at that point you think, I'll just go to sleep. And this is why most YouTubers just have a guy who does that. Which brings us to the fucking post office. God damn. Brad, what's a thing that people could have accessed for about 2 weeks on our Patreon?
Well, Carl, an idea was floated around quite a while back of us opening up a PO box for our patrons.
Just a PO box in general. It's a thing that every YouTuber gets asked to open, and for years I said I didn't want to have a PO box because I didn't want to have to pay money to give people the ability to send me dildos. Also, that was the joke I used. Basically, just people don't know a PO box is just it's a place where people can send mail that's not your address. And people would over the years have asked me for my actual real world address to send me stuff, and then got annoyed when I wouldn't tell them where I live.
If people want to know Carl's address.
And if anyone else, why don't you want people knowing your address?
That's just...
Go read a book. You'd think it would be, but then again, I've been asked probably hundreds of times why I don't just give people my address so they can send me stuff. I had someone ask if they can come to my house for Halloween once.
Well, if that person's watching, Carl's address.
I think I was streaming and I talked about what my plans were for Halloween one year. That sounds fun, can I come over and do that? I went, no. I went, oh yeah. Anyway, and I just didn't like the idea. Plus, as well, I looked at other YouTubers and content creators who'd open PO boxes, and almost immediately they all got shut down because it was either too much stuff being sent, stuff that made them uncomfortable was being sent, or people were taking the piss. But after a couple of years, I was like, okay, Well, just fuck it, we'll do it. How hard can it be? Famous last words.
Nothing is ever simple.
Nothing is ever simple. So technically, we've had a PO box for the last 10 months, I think. 10 months we've had access to a PO box.
Access isn't the right word.
No, it's not. And applying for one was a fairly simple process. I went onto the Royal Mail website, I paid them some money, I told them where I live, they said, here be your nearest collection point. You will get a card in the post in a couple of days. And I did, and I got a little pink card that I'm not going to show because it's got information on there that I don't want people to share, but you've seen the card. First thing I noticed, all the card's made of paper. So this is the thing I'm supposed to keep, presumably for, the year that I've got the PO box. Why is it not laminated? Right, just right away, do you know what that's extreme quality to me? And the thing was written on it in biro.
Oh no.
And it's a lot of, and again, it screams quality. The first things I thought I'd do is I'm going to go in to my local collection office and just see if it exists before we announce that it's a thing and people can send stuff to it. So I walk in and right away it's closed.
Yeah, usually it's from 10 till 2, 11 till 2, 3, 4 hours. Oh, okay.
Yeah, mine was. And it took me, I had to go 4 different times to find a day it was open, because when it finally went in and I asked them about what the hours were outside, if they were correct, oh no, we've changed them. What about online? Have you not? It was wrong there as well. So I walk up and I hand a little pink piece of paper to him, and I go, "Oh, I've got a PO box. Can you tell me if it exists?" He goes, "Well, first of all, what's the name?" Well, it's Big Wangers Incorporated, which I'd hope would be memorable. And went, "You sure this is a PO box here?" I went, "Yeah." You can't see it. Can you check? Okay, and he walked out and come back. No, it's not here. What do you mean it's not here? Well, it's not registered. I've got, when I showed him the paper that said it's here at this address. Here's my name. Here's the money I paid. Here's my receipt. Can you find it? Well, we can't really do anything about that. It's like, is this not the right address? Yeah, but we don't know anything about that. Can you not go look at the PO box that's this number and see if there's anything there? Well, there's a piece of paper there that says it's reserved.
If I remember correctly, he said that the PO box written on the card didn't exist.
It didn't exist.
As in that number wasn't a real PO box. But then he said, when he looked at the name, he went, hang on, this name looks familiar. And he was like, there's a little section.
Yeah, that's the second time we went, and there was a little note saying, this exists, but they never put the PO box there.
So there wasn't a PO box, there was a bit on a shelf with a note saying this is a PO box that exists, but it's...
So I had a shelf, apparently, and then I had to call up Royal Mail, so I did, and I asked them about it. Again, what's your company's name? Big Wangers Incorporated. They found it. Oh, Mr. Smallwood, this should exist. Yeah, it should. So have you been into, your local collection office? Yes, I have. What do they say? To call you? We should probably go in and talk to them. Okay, so what do you want me to say? What should I say? So we should ask them to see the PO. It should exist. I know it should. That's why I'm calling you. Do you have records that it exists? Yes, we do. Do you have money that I paid? Yes, we do. It should exist. I know it should. That's why I'm... And that was literally a month, if you remember. Because you kept asking, can we put it on the Patreon yet? Can we put it on the Patreon yet? No, because it doesn't exist.
But there's a little addendum to this, which obviously we're going to get to a bit more later. But that PO box just had gone to somebody.
Yes, because we had the address, and we thought, if we've got the address, that's fine. It's probably going to take a week to sort this out. Oh, little did we know. So you had that address, didn't you, Brad? You were in contact with a potential sponsor.
Yeah, we had somebody contact us for a sponsorship.
Yes.
And it was a very interesting sponsorship. We were very interested in participating. But in order to do it, they wanted to send us samples to show. And we didn't want to give somebody we didn't know our home addresses, naturally.
For obvious reasons.
So when we had this PO box open, because we used to send stuff to the office. So we were like, okay, we got a PO box now. I'll give them this address. They live in America. By the time the package arrives, we'll have sorted the problem.
Yeah, and what happened, Brad, when we went to try and pick it up?
It wasn't there.
It wasn't there. And what did they say when we asked, keep in mind, we went to the post office after I was assured by both the people on the phone and the person who worked there that it existed and could have shit sent to it.
Yeah, nothing. So we were told by the sponsor that the package was being held in a depot somewhere, and they were sending a letter to the PO box address. And inside this letter would tell us how to pay the customs charges to get the package.
Yeah.
We never got this letter.
No. What happened to the package, Brad?
Well, it got sent back.
It got sent back to America. And in the meantime, I had to call up Royal Mail again, and they said, well, Mr. Smallwood, would you like to make a complaint? Yes. What's your complaint? Well, I've got a PO box, and I can't use it. what do you mean you can't use it? It doesn't exist. You keep telling me it doesn't exist. Who told you that? You did. And then I even had like a little complaints number. I went, you can go look it up. And I went, okay. And then their complaints number, they come out and went, oh, it doesn't, yeah, we did tell you it doesn't exist. Because they didn't believe me. They didn't believe me. And my complaint, when they looked at it, went, oh yeah, you did. So does it exist now? I don't know. You tell me. So I went, and they said, we'll go back in and ask for a manager. So I go and ask for the manager, and the guy's like, I am the manager. I'm like, is there anyone else here who I can talk to? So he brings out this old dude who's like sat in an office.
The page master.
He comes out, and I explain the entire story to him. And he just goes, well, it does exist right there. I went, what? I went, yeah, it's there. There's been a notice on it. It's like, what? Yeah, there's a piece of paper. We should probably get it laminated. I'm like, you think?
Wait, so it was there, but nobody knew where it was?
No, apparently, in between all this happening, someone had gone up and put a notice on it, but no one saw that because it was like a tiny little sticker. They didn't like put a big notice on it saying it existed, and that guy who I kept talking to didn't notice, but this old dude did. And then he said, I went, okay, please, can you just send something to it so I know if it exists or not? And he's like what? I'm like, well, you're the post office. and he went and he pulled out like an envelope. And he went, have you got money for a stamp? And I just looked at him and he went, we've got a stamp. And he put in just a piece of paper that just said test. And then he walked me outside and we both put it into the post. He went, come
hand on a hand, romantically.
Yeah. And he said, come back in 4 days to see if it's here. And you might be thinking, surely they just walked outside and put that. No, because that's not how the post works.
I never even thought about it like that, but yeah, the post box is like 20 feet from the post box.
But it has to go all the way around the system to get back in. And then I got a call from him. He called me. So good on him. But then he said it arrived, so I went in. Oh, so my PO box works now, does it? He went, yeah. Would you like to re-up it? So what do you mean? He went, well, I've looked at your thing and it runs out this month. I went, no. So when I called up, like the Royal Mail people, like your phone line, they said they were going to give me another 3 months on it, which would take it through to the end of the year. When not on our records, it's not. And he said, like, do you want to re-up it? I went, you honest, mate? No. And I left, and I threw that fucking piece of paper in the bin. In the meantime, while all this was happening, Brad, you were talking to that sponsor who was very, very accommodating, and they had to send the package back again!
Yeah, so in the end, I gave them my address, because I talked to them enough now where I was like...
I trust you!
Yeah, they're clearly interested in the sponsorship enough to put up with this bullshit. So
and we felt so bad that we were like, you know what? We'll make an entire How Not to Do Business. It's generally a popular series. We'll make that, and we're going to talk about that, and then say, finally, it fucking arrived. After we just sent it directly to your house. What we should have done in the first lesson here is never try. So what's in this box, Brad? Because I don't know. Because I was too busy dealing with the post office.
Okay, so... our sponsor for this video.
I'm so glad that was so cathartic. I've not been able to tell anyone that story.
Our sponsor for this video is ErickDR 3D Designs.
There we go. Find the links below.
Yes.
Sorry, Eric. Because I've got an addendum to this story after we cover this. Because there's another... the post office, we're not done with them. So what am I expected to say? Oh, look at that. This nice packaging.
Pop it.
No.
Pop one.
Do you know what my favourite bit about all this is? If this was the post office, this is like this box right upside down wet. So what will I expect to find in here, Brad?
So what you're going to be finding is some high quality 3D prints.
3D print? Ooh, fancy.
Now these specific ones, one has been chosen by me, one has been chosen by Nisha, one has been chosen by Lucas.
Yes.
So we're all getting one of these.
So generally I don't, when we have sponsors, well, I often get offered like free stuff. I don't take that. Because it like affects impartiality and things of that nature.
I don't care, I want one.
Yeah, but I think Brad, Nisha, and Luke are no, give me one. Gimme. So would one of you guys want to come up and open one of these? We should be expected to find some 3D printed things in this box that people can go buy for money from the links you can find below.
Hi.
Skizzers.
Alright, let's open the box.
So what should we be expecting to find in here?
It's been that long I can't really remember which one I picked.
It's been 6 months!
It's been such a long time.
I've got an idea what it is, but I can't remember the colour.
It's been so long that the person who made this stuff has got an entirely new range of things available for sale on their site. Is that an axolotl?
It looks like
Is that...
Cute.
Let's have a look. Come on. Free it from its plastic prison, Brad.
I'm enjoying it too much to remember that I'm on camera.
It's like Christmas. That is a high quality looking axole.
Oh my god.
This is
It's a little
this is a bearded lizard.
Oh, a little lizard. So there we have a little lizard. And we can only apologise to today's sponsor, Brad.
Sorry.
Their name.
Oh,
Their name and their links, because you've been dealing with them.
yes.
Eric.
So we deeply, wholeheartedly apologise, Eric. We tried. We did something, it didn't fucking work.
Oh, yes, so the high quality 3D prints. So there's, as you can see, there's dragons, there's lizards, there's cute little fidgets and quirky critters.
Yes?
Yes. And the prints are from talented creators. They include Cinderwing 3D, Matt Meyer makes, and Layers and Green. So
Link below, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to look through the stores and things, you can see the designs made by these people.
And the reason I'm not reading this out is because, Brad, you've been dealing with this person for like the last 6 months. It feel only fitting that you get to do the ad read and...
Yeah. So if anyone's interested, the colours in these are part of the prints. They're printed as they're...
That noise. Wait a minute.
the rattle.
That's the noise Boneless should make.
And for anyone who cares about the environmental stuff, they are printed using polylactic acid filament, or PLA filament. It's a bioplastic that's made from corn, so it's more sustainable than traditional petroleum-based plastic.
That's nice. You know what? I appreciate someone who's like, they just put that bit in.
They can take custom orders on request, but the price will be dependent on how much time and how much it costs to print them.
Yeah.
But the orders are currently only being shipped within the USA, so I believe that
the thing is,
we're the only people in this country with these.
Oh, anyone watching this video will be like, I don't want it delivered to the UK. It sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, don't get them sick.
Right, that's the thing. So I've got an addendum to this story, though.
Well, one more thing. If you go to their store and you use the coupon code, are you ready? I love Karl Smallwood. All one word.
Hey.
You get 20% off, and the offer's only going to be available for a couple of months after this spot goes live.
Yes.
So, yes.
Well, again, we apologise, but are you ready, Brad? I'm just going to show you my email address. Right, this is my inbox, my actual inbox. I want you to just, tell me what that email says. What does that email say? Read it out.
Royal Mail. You didn't finish.
No. First out, read out when it arrived. Because people won't believe this. When did that email arrive in my inbox?
10:32 today.
Today. I got it this morning.
Right, what is it?
So Royal Mail to Karl Smallwood. Header of the email. You didn't finish setting up your PO box.
Yes, I did.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Dear Karl, we'd really like to hear why, so we can make our service better in the future. Our short survey is a quick and easy way to let us know your thoughts on the application process. It should only take a minute.
The thing is, though, I filled in that survey, and every single one I put dissatisfied. I had one, and I put my complaint number in. Brad, would you like to read the email I got 1 hour later?
Oh no.
We're sorry. We're sorry. Please disregard our previous email. A technical error resulted in you receiving an email this morning that was incorrectly triggered by our systems. Please be assured we're implementing a fix currently to prevent this happening again.
You could not make this up.
But this morning you got an email about this exact thing.
The day we were going to do this,
happen.
the day we planned to record the How Not to Do Business about the Royal Mail fucking up our PO box. I woke up. I was in tears. I woke up and I checked my emails and I nearly threw my phone across the room because I just could not believe the gall of just, oh, why didn't you settle your PO box? I did! 15 times! I called you so much! And then an hour later, just the email that sent I was having a poo and my sides were sent into orbit when I checked my mail. It went, please disregard previous message. I'm like, no, I will not disregard your previous message.
See, I would feel bad for you, but I'm too happy with my little friend.
So yeah, that's how not to do business with us. Do not send us stuff.
I have one more thing I need to mention, actually. Okay, seeing as Karl added something, I'm going to add something. So, I got a message from our sponsor about a week ago.
Okay.
Saying that they've added a new product to their range. But Karl has not seen this yet, and I wanted to get his live reaction.
Okay, let's have a look. Oh, it's a little plastic opossum. The little poss. Oh, little plazzy poss.
I knew you'd love it.
Let's go. Yeah, that's what you can get your own little trash goblin. Let's go. The best bit is as well, that's one of those things. If you got a plastic figure and you put it upside down, you can do that with a possum one. Like, there's no. You can just post like he's dead. Just giving up.
That's amazing.
I want to get like 15 of them and just leave them upside down in the house. Like, you give up. But yes, thank you to today's sponsor. Fuck Royal Mail. I think Royal Mail's great, except for this PO. I've never had any issue with Royal Mail up to this point.
Yeah. But it's been really great, but I've been away and it's been such an issue.
This PO box has been a nightmare. So, for anyone wondering, there's probably someone thinking, are you going to reopen it? No. No. Never again.
Have you got it out of your system?
I have. That email this morning, that was some
The timing is phenomenal.
absolutely flawless.
Perfect ending to this video.
Cheers, everybody.